Brought to you by Ali Sports International in partnership with Channels Television, redefining sports business.
So many times I've gone on ahead without you, and other times I'm afraid cause my eyes cannot see you. I throw caution to the wind only to find that I need you, cause my strength will only go so far. In you let me find release, yeah. Set my soul at ease. I feel so blessed, cause even when I've done wrong, I can always come running back to you. I don't know which way to go, I'm just a pilgrim in the land. You've been through this way before, so won't you take me by the hand? I can do this on my own, so I submit to your command. Shoot me, keep me, guide me, so I won't lose my way. Oh no, so I won't go astray. There's a pathway that seems really good to me. From up above, you can see what lies ahead is misery. I surrender to your will, cause you know better than I. And I confess my strength will only go so far. I surrender to your will, cause you know better than I. And I confess my strength will only...
Welcome back from education. Let's talk money now. They say money talks. But we are going to talk money this morning. We're going to be looking at the downturn of Nigeria's foreign reserves. What is the meaning of that? How does that affect you? How does it affect me? That's what we want to find out this morning. And to look at this with us, it's my pleasure to welcome our in-house economist, so to speak, Mr. Henry Boyo.
Thank you, Alero.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us again today. Sitting beside him is Mr. Charles Iyore, who's a UK-based investment banker. Good morning. As well as Chief Cliff Mbagu, who is an economist and management consultant.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now, let me start with you, sir. Our external reserves are dwindling. They have been, hovering between between 40 and 50 billion, even though we're told that around 2008 we hit a peak of 68 billion. Now, what does this mean to the common man? How does it affect his life or his business?
Thank you very much, Adero. On this issue of foreign reserves, when I hear the amount of disinformation that occurs, I don't know whether to cry or to laugh. I say that with all sincerity.
That's why you're here.
You see, the question you have asked has the underlying tone that our reserves are going down, therefore we should sound the alarm bell because it is bad for us. But interestingly, you also said in 2008 we had reserves of about 60 billion. In other words, we had 60 billion reserves in 2008 and we had 45 now. So in other words, it's really going back. Yeah. But interestingly, you will find, in spite of the $60 billion worth of reserves we had in 2008, there was still a deficit in the budget because there was deficit financing, meaning that the larger the reserves, you are not even shielded from committing yourselves to additional borrowing. In addition to that, you find a situation that you look over time, historically, you wonder how well the size of our reserves have really helped us. For example, in 1996, we had a reserve base of just $4 billion. Just $4 billion. And you know, interestingly, that was imports cover for only less than 4 months. But did you know that our exchange rate was 80 naira to $1? Now, you had 60 billion in 2008. Your exchange rate fell to about 133 to $1.
Today it's 165?
It's 160, and you have 65, and you have what, $45 billion worth of reserves. But having said
so, what does this mean?
There is exactly. It means that there is a total disconnect. We have a dysfunctional economy that ensures that the greater your number, your reserve base, the poorer is your economy, and the weaker is your exchange rate. It is malady.
It shouldn't be,
Ouch.
but we will discuss that. Let's quickly take a call that's just coming in now.
Already?
Yes, I guess some people are quite keen on commenting on the downtown. Paul, please, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, please go ahead.
Morning. Yeah, good morning.
Please go ahead, Paul.
Okay, I just want to, whether it is the downturn in the foreign reserves or all the other issues that you're talking about, keeping agreement and all that, there is this incident of lack of patriotism in Nigeria. A lot of our leaders are not patriotic. Somebody, some office, are responsible for the management of the Federal Reserve or for ensuring that government keeps agreement. Then what happens is that these Nigerians entrusted with those sensitive responsibilities move on to be so unpatriotic. They are so corrupt in their mind, corrupting the process to the detriment of the general population. And that is why we are having all these problems. If people care about what happens to us, to the economy, they will be more sensitive in the decisions they make. Most times you find officers entrusted with these sensitive jobs don't tend to benefit personal interests, group interests, to the detriment of the general population or to our national interests. And this is why, if you go and look at it, you'll find out that unpatriotism and corruption is at the very root of what is wrong. At the end of the day, they translate into crisis, whether in the economy, whether in our institutions. And the last thing I want to say is this. Until we begin in this country to put the right people with the right sense of duty, with the right kind of mindset, credentials and qualifications to do certain specialized jobs for us as a country, we will continue to have these problems. I hope the discussants will look at the submission I've made and now use it to make analysis that will make sense to the common man. Because if you want to know the truth, when you're on television talking about these things, the people are so disgusted, they feel that you don't know what is happening to them, you are out there and you're doing any sense of care or duty to them. It's both unconstitutional and in some cases criminal and above all unpatriotic.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let me come to you, sir, Chief Cliff Mbago. Now, let's take a few steps backward, because I had conversation during the course of the week when this story broke. I had conversation with individuals and people who work in the media, and some of the questions they're asking, let me put a little bit of it to you. How do we accumulate reserves? What do we do to accumulate that reserve? Henry Boyer here mentioned 1996 we had, was it 4 billion? 4 billion. 2013 we now have in the region of over 40 billion, and yet we are concerned because there are so many issues that generate from there. But what's your thought? How do you analyze how we accumulate this money?
Thank you very much. You know, there is nothing sacrosanct about foreign reserves. Now let's ask ourselves, what is